All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kokat's Collection. My name's Kokat, and for today, I just got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. Starters, having a messy hair day, all right? So I got my bonnet on. If you don't use a bonnet when you got long hair, use one. You're going to love it. But for today, we're going to be talking a lot about compendiums and then just single issues. So, if you don't know what a compendium is, I'll pull out my very first one that I ever bought. My very first compendium was Invincible. This has issue 1 through 47, and it's a lot greater way, like in my opinion, for collectors. And if you don't want to buy all the individual comics or you just don't have the space for it, a compendium is 10 times easier to just get all the books that you want to get in. It's still a little pricey. They're around like $65, but honestly they're worth it. You're getting 47 books for the price that you're paying, and I really enjoy being able to have my collection just in one big format like this than the individuals. Love having individual comics, I really do, because with Invincible, I started off Invincible actually as volume 1. And so this is just comics 1 through 6 of the Invincible story. And this one, like if you've read Invincible, if you've seen the show and stuff, this one we all basically know how it ends. Guardians of the Globe. If you don't know about Invincible, we can talk about that. But yeah, like that ends off with basically how episode 1 of Invincible ends. And it's really cool because if you go by the volumes, it kind of matches up the TV show really perfectly. So you could literally watch an episode, watch this, read a book, and you'll be caught up still the same amount. I just absolutely hate spoilers, so I immediately, after finishing season 2 of Invincible, immediately jumped in and bought all of Invincible so I could not get season 3 spoiled for me, because I kept seeing clips about the Invincible War. Did not want that spoiled because that was super sick. And when I read it for the first time and then I saw the adaptation for TV, that was incredible. That was really, really incredible. And it was so much fun. That episode, I think it's episode 7 of Invincible, has probably been the one I've rewatched the most. The Invincible War is so cool. Next for the compendiums that I really love. Talk about The Walking Dead. This is actually the very first compendium I had ever seen in my life when I was younger. Back in the day, when I was growing up, the only place that had a comic book, like at least some of them at the time, was Walmart. And it was really weird because I had never really seen comics there at Walmart, like growing up and stuff. But the book they had there all the time, 24/7, in stock, was compendium number 1 of The Walking Dead. I absolutely love The Walking Dead. I grew up watching the show like crazy. And I remember when I was younger, it was like maybe around season 2 or season 3. I think it was a little bit after. Yeah, it's like it was when they got to the prison. So like around like season 3. That I found out that The Walking Dead's actually a comic book, and I was just like, yo, I need to read this now. This is insane. So back in the day, I would either just sit at Walmart, start reading along on like the sections that I know that I was at, or back in the day, calling myself out, used to use a website that may or may not have been, you know, legal to use for my books, but it got the job done. Did I get a virus on my mom's computer? Yes. Did the computer stop working? Yes. Did I just drop it and pretend that it broke? Yes. All right. Mom doesn't know, but she's about to find out. Sorry, Mom. I have no shame. I love my books. But with The Walking Dead, their compendiums are beautiful. They have 4 of them. Invincible also has 4 compendiums, that I'm only missing 1 of them. But I absolutely love the covers of these ones, how it has like our crew up top normal, and then we got like zombie versions of them. And that goes for all the covers, not just the first 2. And it's really sick. They're really great stories. I love the show to death, but honestly, the book's 10 times better. 10 times better. The pacing in it is incredible. You never know what the hell's about to happen next, and it is so, so sick. Here's the last one real quick. For The Walking Dead. Love it. It is a lot of fun. These books, dude, still, when I finished reading the books for the very first time, that was insane to me. I was losing my mind. That was such a different adaptation of what I grew up watching. So when I finally finished all of The Walking Dead, oh my god, that was crazy. That was so crazy. Seriously, it was one of my favorite books. I don't mind the ending too much. Wish you could have explored a little bit more. But god, that story was awesome. Like The Walking Dead was awesome. I was in high school when they finished The Walking Dead, like comic book wise. And I remember me and my buddy, we were like obsessed with The Walking Dead growing up, and we were literally mourning it in class. We're like, dude, they just dropped this book, the end, and we weren't ready for it. I was so excited to keep reading The Walking Dead and stuff, but when they dropped this one, the end, I was like, there's no way Robert Kirkman's ending it. And he did, and I was like, damn it, I love that. But absolutely love The Walking Dead. But going back with like compendiums and stuff like that, like I have a bunch of the single issues. I have volume 1 of The Walking Dead as well as a book. And this is like the very first time that I had purchased The Walking Dead was just volume 1. But then they started releasing the deluxe editions. And with the deluxe editions, if you don't know what they are, it's The Walking Dead's all in black and white, but these deluxe ones are all in color. So we're getting to see some of our characters for the first time with like how they're supposed to look, and like seeing the actual gore and like just suspense and like real crazy crap that happens in these books now, like in colors, makes it add so much detail that you never realized you were missing. And oh my god, like I only have a handful of the deluxe issues. Every time I go to my comic book shop, I always make sure to pick up any of the deluxe that they have, just because I need it for my collection. I want these. If they were to release this as a compendium, full color, oh, I would fold so fast and buy them instantly. That's super cool to me. But like even not just for The Walking Dead and for Invincible, like both of them are from Image. The next one I'm about to bring is also from Image, but I love Image. They're really great when it comes to their compendiums. And they released this sucker last year. And when I found it, I immediately folded. I remember I went to go hang out with my friends, went to go watch Fantastic Four. And I saw the book and I was like, I need that for my collection instantly. But it is a Transformers compendium. You see how massive this book is compared to a normal compendium? Hold up. Like the size difference in these, oh my god. The size and weight difference. This one weighs like a pound, which is insane to me. Like I can toss it, nothing. This one is like a baby, all right? It weighs so much. And it's got such a thud when you drop it. This one, dude. I mean, still got a thud. I didn't think it was going to be that loud, but it's a thud. But the cool part about this one is Image tried actually kind of recreating, the aesthetic from back in the day. So they actually put the comics like out like how they used to be. And like comics aren't in like, they're not with like the paper that they're made now. Before it used to be kind of like a newspaper thing, and you would be able to like rub off the images and stuff, and like if you go crazy, you destroy them really easily. And they did a really great job of bringing that like aesthetic back to life for this book. And when I read this book for the first time, I instantly fell in love. I love Transformers to death. I always have. And having this in my collection was incredible to me because I had already started collecting the original Transformers series by themselves. And they're kind of hard to find, like at least in the spots where I go look. Not a lot of people got them, but the very first one I got was issue number 3 with Black Suit Spider-Man. This was an insane collab, and I instantly needed to pick it up when I saw it. Then we got Optimus against the Autobots. I actually do remember this one. Circuit Breaker is a really crazy character. She's a scientist that gets paralyzed by the Transformers, and so she ends up building this like suit out of her. Like she does this all in a hospital, by the way. She's in a hospital bed, completely paralyzed, and she just has such a vengeance against these Transformers that she managed to build like a suit to control herself so she's no longer paralyzed, and she uses it to lay some ass on the Transformers. It is crazy. But yeah, there's a bunch of like, it's really a fun book. Like these Transformer ones, it just gives you a blast of the past and like how things should like were, and like it's crazy to see like the differences, I'm only 23 and the books I'm reading, like these ones, I don't remember how old they are, but like, God, they're awesome. I love these so much. But yeah, like that's maybe just today's topic, just throwing off some of my comics and stuff. Like, I can't wait. Here's another one fun. Okay, we're going back to the Invincible universe. I'm sorry, guys. These ones, if you haven't checked them out yet. Battle Beast. This volume has been so sick, and they're about to start releasing more in the next couple weeks, I believe. But oh my God. This was a run for its money. I was so happy to be able to pick all these up individually. Like, did not have any struggle getting them. My comic book shop said, yo, we got you, bro. Let us know what you want. And I was like, thank God. I don't have any variant covers, I believe. I don't think I have a single variant. But I'm not too mad about it. Honestly, the variants are super cool, but I like these like normal covers that they got. They look really sick. And honestly, when the volume comes out, I'm probably still going to buy the volume. It just like at least to have it like as a starter for my collection. Because this is really cool. Battle Beast and Invincible, love like crazy. It is such a great character from Invincible. But yeah, guys, that's what we're gonna be talking about for today. Just compendiums and normal single issue comics. If you guys have any fun comics, or if you guys want to see more of my comics, let me know. I got still 2 more boxes that we can completely go. Well, 2.5 boxes we can still completely go through, and I'm proud of this collection. I love these comics to death. I've read basically every single one in here, which is really random. I have a Post Malone comic book. Didn't even know Post Malone released a comic book. I don't know why I have it, but I found it, and it's randomly in my collection. So maybe we could talk about that, because that's just a really random one to have. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.